Hey guys! So I'm here today to finally do a book review on a book that I finished like 2 weeks ago, and that is The City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. And for now, this is like the last book in the series that has been published so far. She's got one more book coming out, but wowza. I don't know how I'm going to be able to wait until 2014, like 2 years away for the next book to come out. So that will be interesting, especially given how this ended. All in all, I do give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I would recommend this whole series to anybody that has not read it. And I would say if you haven't read any of the other books, you probably shouldn't be watching this because it will be very spoilery. That said, this series is like probably my top 3 favorite series because my top 3 favorite series, I can't pick which one I like the best, but this is one of them. And I like it because this series was different from your typical like dystopian vampire type romance novel. I mean, even though they do have vampires in this, it's like a different version of it. And it was just unlike any book I've ever read. And I think that's what really drew me to this series to begin with. And I'm really happy I picked it up. And I do not regret reading this at all. And I just devoured the series and could not put any of these books down. I love all the twists and turns. I never saw any of them coming. And that's what really I like about a book if I can't predict what's going to happen, and that's exactly what this book is. Especially, like, there's that, and then the character development in this series is really good, so that's another reason why I love the series. The City of Lost Souls picks up where City of Fallen Angels leaves off, where Jace and Sebastian are missing, and Clary and the rest of the gang are trying to figure out what happened to them. And then you also have Simon, who's finally coming clean about what he is to his family. And then you've got Maya and Jordan. I think that was pretty much where we left off with the last book. But, yeah, so in this book, Clary goes on, like, her own kind of quest to find Jace and Sebastian. And she ends up kind of playing, like, an undercover type thing, where she goes with Jace and Sebastian to this, like, house thing that transports itself to different places. So she's kind of hiding out with them. But at the same time, she's able to communicate back to the gang what's going on so she could figure out their ultimate plan of what's happening. But the weird thing is Jace is acting different. He looks like he's acting like he's best friends with Sebastian, which confuses Clary because when you last see him, he hates Sebastian. So you have that dynamic going on, and then you've got Simon, who's finally telling his mom what's happened, like I said. So that's pretty much what the story is about, and ultimately it's about them trying to figure out what Sebastian's motive in keeping Jace and now Clary, and yeah. So to like go into like parts that I really liked, I wrote them down. Let's see. In this book, I feel like I flip-flop on storylines that I like. In the last book that I read, I was more interested in Simon's story, and in this book I was more interested in Jace, Clary, and Sebastian, specifically Sebastian and Clary. I say that because they're brother and sister. She hates him and she's trying to like him. He seems like a kind of like different type of person in the beginning of the book anyway until the very end. So I was kind of intrigued by like their conversations, you know, when they'd walk around Paris or do things like that, because you never see that side of Simon really. So it just intrigued me because I'm trying to figure out, like, what is he up to? What's going on? What does he want with them? So I think that's why I was more excited about their storyline. And just maybe, I don't know, even though he's a total creeper by the end of the series, but I really enjoyed it. So another thing I wanted to touch on was my heart broke for poor Simon. His mom just pretty much kicked him out on the curb when he finally was able to tell her what he is, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that playing out the way it had. I just thought that his mom, of course, would probably be freaked out, but I didn't think she would, like, completely shun him and mark symbols on the door so he can't get in. But when his sister accepted him, I kind of felt a little bit better because not completely everyone hates him, so I was excited about that. I feel like the book really picked up kind of towards the end when, you know, you had the fight going on and they came to save Clary and Jace, and that whole, like, last pretty much 2 chapters of the book were the best, I think, because that's where the most twists and turns were, in my opinion, because you finally got this weapon, and it can kill Sebastian and not Jace and take out all the evil in Jace. And so it threw me for a loop when she stabbed Jace, and I thought for sure he was going to die because it said he went up in flames. But I kind of cried out, like, out loud while I was reading the book, and I thought he was really going to die, and I'm all, she wouldn't do that. So my heart kind of stopped for the previous chapter, but when I found out he was alive, I was okay. But, wow, I really did not expect Clary to stab him especially after ratting him out so she purposely wouldn't let him kill himself. Now he's got, like, that heavenly fire in him. That's kind of weird, so she can't really touch him. Maybe that's a good thing for her. They really do need to learn how to keep some distance between them. So that will be interesting. I do hope, though, that they figure out a way to, like, get rid of it at least halfway through the next book. Maybe not even that long into it, but I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this war that they keep bringing up, this huge war that's going to happen, obviously it's probably going to happen in the next and last book. So I'm excited to see how that plays out because I want to know if Lilith is going to be there, if she's going to be his full power again. Sebastian has note at the end of that. Wow. So does that mean he's going to be stopping in to say hi soon? What's going on there? I was kind of sad when Magnus just broke up with Alec. I'm not going to lie. Are they going to get back together? Will they see past this? Wow. And then you've got Marine. Oh my goodness. I think that's like my biggest cliffhanger right now is I want to know what happened. Like, after this, they're having this conversation and this like 12-year-old girl just killed like the head of all the vampires pretty much. So that's like really intriguing to me. Also now that Simon doesn't have that mark on his head, hopefully he doesn't die, because I will be very upset if he dies. So yeah, a lot of things to look forward to in the next book. Like I said, all in all, I really enjoyed this book. I'm so excited, and don't know how I'm going to wait the 2 years for this last book, but like I said, 5 out of 5 stars. The Lost Souls, loved it. Very glad I picked up the series. One last thing I wanted to touch on, the movie news we're getting. I have been following Cassandra Clare and her updates on like the movie casting news, and I think recently their most recent casting they've made has been Simon. But I just wanted to hurry and say my opinions on it. Maybe your guys are the same, different. I wanted to just kind of start a conversation that way. First off, Jamie Campbell Bower as Jace. What do you guys think? I'm not gonna lie, I was an Alex Pettyfer fan. And when I first started reading this book, before I even knew he was, like, petitioned to be Jace, I thought in my head that out of anyone I could really see as being Jace, it would be him. So when I found out that, like, 90% of the female population wanted him as their Jace, it kind of made me laugh. And then I see that it's Jamie Campbell Bower, and I'm like, oh, okay. Still, I don't know how I feel about him. I go, like, on a roller coaster. Like, I'm up and then I'm down about him. I mean, I'm sure he's a fantastic actor, but he's just, I don't know, it's not how I pictured Jace, I guess. I hope he gets some muscle on him. I really do for the movie, but I don't know. In all fairness, I hear Alex Pettyfer did turn down the role, but I think it was because he had so many other movie projects going on during that time, so I don't know. But it still made me sad that the Jace I wanted didn't get picked. But what can you do? Lily Collins, however, I think out of all the casting, I think they nailed it right on with her. I saw her when they put her in like the red curly hair. Wowza, she looks perfect for Clary. I think that's good. She's short enough, very thin, so hey. Then you have Isabel, which is Jemima West. That is a tongue twister. I like her. It's not exactly how I pictured Isabel. It's pretty close. I did imagine like a little older maybe, which is weird to say because I know Cassandra Clare says she looks too old to be Isabel, but I don't know. Then again, I guess these are like 17-year-olds, so I don't know why I keep imagining them older. And then you have Simon, which is Robert Sheenan. I kind of like him. It's not how I pictured Simon completely. If I'm being honest, it's not how I pictured Simon at all, but I think he can do Simon some justice. They obviously have faith in him. They were really excited about it, so we will see where that goes. And then I know they cast, I cannot remember the names of these two, but it was like Valentine's sidekicks in the first book, of course. I just don't remember their names. They were the brothers, the creepy ones. I don't remember the actors' names. When I saw the pictures for them, it's the guy, there was one that was from Sherlock Holmes, and one that was in I Am Number 4, it was the creepy alien guy. I think they're cool for it. I mean, they don't have that big of a role. As long as they look creepy, I think they would do it justice. So, I'm anxious to see who is cast for Alec. I know they've found their Alec, they just haven't released who Alec is. I don't know why, because they've released everyone else. So, yeah, I'm really anxious to see. I just want to know already. What about, like, what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to be Alec? I know Cassandra Clare said that he's been in a lot of movies, so, I don't even know where to begin to guess for that. So, excited to see where the rest of the cast will come in, and we will have a movie, like, almost exactly a year from now, plus a month. But I'm just really excited now, so, yeah. So leave any comments down below on what you thought of City of Lost Souls, if you've completely read it. What do you guys think of the movie casting? Do you like, dislike, whatever? So yeah, thank you all for watching, and have a great day. See you next time. Bye.